Welcome back, you Scrub Lords, and, well, I'm back. I got back from my vacation yesterday. It was a 15-hour drive, and we covered over 1,000 miles from, the southern portion of Washington and Vancouver, all the way back down here to LA. So, it was quite the drive. But I'm back, and there is a lot of shit to cover, since I've been gone. And don't worry, I have been keeping up with almost everything as best I can. I've been keeping up with some of the updates and a new portion of the game, which I'm sure many of you already know about. So let's get right on into that, shall we? And so, naval warfare. We've been waiting on this part for quite a while now. Now, granted, we are getting small aircraft, or small seacraft, I should say, boats, essentially. Now, I don't think that this is a bad thing. Now, granted, I more than anybody want to be driving this Tirpitz right now. But I understand that the direction that Gaijin is taking right now, there are lots of challenges that are going to come with adding in large capital ships into a game like War Thunder. I don't think the control systems are going to be that much of an issue, but it's more or less going to be a gameplay perspective. And I'm sure about 1,000 other YouTubers have been repeating what I'm about to say right now. So if you really don't want to hear that part, this is basically where you're going to want to stop the video. Alright, those people are gone. And for those of you who remain and want to hear my opinion for some reason, here it goes. So, as for large War Thunder capital ships, I want them more than anybody. However, I do understand that Gaijin needs more time to figure out how they want to do that. Also, we haven't even gotten access to the closed beta test as of now. A lot of things could change between now and then. And they didn't say that there was a definitive no on the subject. All they said was that they're going to basically be putting it off for later. Now, granted, I think it's a good idea that they're doing smaller ships first. Now, the way they went about saying the reasons why they didn't want to do large ships right now, it struck me as them making up excuses to be lazy. However, I'm sure that's not the case. I mean, it's going to take a while for them to develop naval forces to a point where it's going to be acceptable for larger ships to come in. And I think I'd rather see them work on the smaller ships, get those right, and then work on the larger stuff. Or introduce it gradually. Now, granted, am I disappointed? Yes. However, do I understand what they're trying to do? Yes. And it's just simply going to take patience. I mean, we've waited for 5 years, and I know a lot of people are just done waiting. And I get that. But at the same time, grow up. I mean, if you've managed to stick with the game for this long, just be grateful we're getting boats in the first place. I mean, some people over a year ago were speculating that War Thunder wouldn't last long enough for us to get us naval combat. I'm just glad that we've gotten to this point. And I'm glad that the game has survived this long. But it's going to take a lot of time, it's going to take a lot of money, and it's going to take a lot of manpower for them to get that done. In addition to maintaining the level of quality between aircraft and ground forces. In addition to this. So it's going to be a massive challenge for them. And I think the best thing we can do right now is to support them. Now, I know that the community in general is pretty toxic towards Gaijin Entertainment. If you don't know what I mean, just go to their website and read some of the comments. Or go onto the forum and read some of the complaints that people have there. It doesn't take very long to figure out how the community feels about Gaijin Entertainment. However, again, be patient, support them as need be, and the fact that the ships are actually pretty reasonably priced right now, even though they're quote-unquote on discount, is a good sign. I remember that the original tests for ground forces, the packs to get into the closed beta test in the early stages for ground forces was like $50 a vehicle. I mean, the fact that these packs are priced right now with a 30% discount, $25 for the Soviet vehicle, and then $31 for John F. Kennedy's PT-109 is actually a pretty reasonable asking price, I think, for what you're getting. I mean, the PT-109 pack, you're getting 3,000 Golden Eagles. I'm just reading off the website here. 3,000 Golden Eagles, PT-109, Pre-order bonus 3D decoration, Danforth anchor. Pre-order bonus decal Dixie Cup hat. Title lookout and naval battles closed beta access. I mean, that's for $31.49. That's a pretty reasonable asking price, at least in my opinion. Now, as for the full price, $45 for John F. Kennedy's vehicle when it comes off sale, and then the $35 for the Soviet craft is, I feel that that's asking a little bit much, but at the same time, I think I can definitely see what they're trying to do here. They're just trying to get people hyped up and buy the packages, which frankly right now I think is a perfectly good time to do so. If you've got the cash to spare, buy into it. I mean, but keep this in mind. It's not going to be perfect at all. Expect bugs, expect crashes, expect issues. However, expect that you're helping to make the game greater. I mean, technically, if we're thinking about it, Gaijin never went into an official release. If you want to be technical about it, you could still say that the game is in closed beta test, or not closed beta test, open beta test. But the game, I think, has come far enough along now that almost nobody remembers that, which is kind of interesting. In any case, I'm rambling on. So yeah, ships or boats in this case. I'm excited for them. Despite what we're getting right off the bat, I feel that this is a pretty good way to start. I'd rather that the ships start small and then we grow bigger from there. And if we really want capital ships that bad, Gaijin will eventually make them. It's only a matter of time. But the best thing we can do is support them, give feedback, buy their packages, and help them out. Now, granted, this may sound like I'm just advertising for Gaijin, like they pay me to do this. I'm saying this purely out of my own love for the game. I mean, I wouldn't be making videos for War Thunder if I didn't love it. And that, bitches, is it. I am back, and I am feeling better than ever, and I can't wait to get back to making more content for you guys. Look forward to the Super Unicorn review next week. I might actually think of doing 2, depending on how much time I have, because there's a lot of shit I need to cover. And I will see you then. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, enjoy whatever you're playing, and have a good one.